We're about to uncover the barrier between the ordinary and the extraordinary. There's a rare understanding known only to a select few that lets you change reality itself. This isn't just theory or philosophy. It's about transforming how the universe interacts with you. You've been living under a set of rules meant to keep you aligned with the rest of the world. But the top 1%, those who hold the highest level of knowledge, know the truth. These rules are flexible. Reality, as you know it, isn't as rigid as it seems. The first step to changing reality is realizing how much power lies in your perception. Most people believe they're seeing the world as it is. They wake up, live their day, and assume what they see and feel is simply the way things are. But perception isn't passive, it's active. It filters and shapes everything you experience. Your reality isn't fixed, it's constantly molded by how your mind processes it. This understanding is the starting point of unlocking deeper knowledge. Your perception is like a lens. That lens can either open up or limit your view of the world. The top 1% see life through a very different lens. They don't just see what's in front of them, they see possibilities, probabilities, and potential outcomes all at once. They don't simply react to the world, they shape it. This is the first layer of changing reality. You're not reacting to a world that's already formed, you're creating it as you go. Every thought, belief, and assumption you hold builds the reality you live in. Here's where it gets practical. To start reshaping reality, stop thinking of your mind as a receiver of information. Instead, see it as a projector. Your thoughts aren't just internal chatter, they're blueprints. The thoughts you focus on are reflected in the world around you. If you think about scarcity, you experience scarcity. If you think about abundance, your reality changes to match that energy. The top 1% understand this. Reality responds to their strongest and most persistent thoughts. This brings us to beliefs. Beliefs are the foundation of how your perception works. Most people think their beliefs come from the world around them. But in truth, beliefs create the world you see. Change your beliefs, and the world around you transforms. The top 1% don't just believe in possibilities. They believe in what seems impossible. They know the limits most people accept are self-made. Because they believe they can achieve the unrealistic, they do. Beliefs are powerful, active forces shaping your interactions, opportunities, and outcomes. Think about the last time you faced a challenge. You probably saw it as something external to overcome. But deep knowledge teaches that challenges are reflections of internal limits, beliefs that need to change. Shift your beliefs, and the external problem disappears. The top 1% understand that every problem is a signal pointing to a belief that needs to be upgraded. Here's the big realization. Once you know that your beliefs shape your reality, you can change them. The top 1% constantly update their beliefs like upgrading software. They don't hold on to outdated ideas just because they've had them for years. They see their belief system as a tool that must evolve and improve. Most people get stuck because they cling to old beliefs, thinking they're essential. But true knowledge reveals that your life isn't tied to your beliefs. It's shaped by your ability to change them. The next piece of the puzzle is identity. The top 1% understand identity in a way most people never will. They know that who you believe you are is the strongest force shaping your life. Your identity sets the limits on what's possible for you. If you see yourself as someone who struggles or just gets by, that's the life you'll continue to experience. But if you see yourself as someone who creates and shapes reality to their will, then that's exactly what will happen. Identity isn't fixed, it's flexible. The top 1% are experts at changing their identity to match the reality they want to create. They don't wait for proof or external validation to believe in a new version of themselves. They fully step into their new identity first, and then their external reality adjusts to match it. Most people wait for evidence before they believe something about themselves. The top 1% know the opposite is true. The evidence appears only after the belief is firmly in place. You must believe in the version of yourself that already has what you want, and then reality will align with that belief. But thoughts, beliefs, and identity aren't the only things shaping reality. The top 1% also understand something most people don't. Time isn't fixed either. It can be stretched, bent, or even collapsed. Most people think time is linear, They believe life moves from the present to the future, leaving the past behind. But what if time doesn't work that way? Advanced knowledge shows that time is fluid and reacts to the energy you bring to it. Here's how it works. In the quantum field, there's no difference between the past, present, and future. Everything exists at once, waiting for you to direct your energy toward it. When you think about the future, you're not just imagining what might happen. You're creating a blueprint for it. The top 1% know how to collapse time by aligning their energy with the future they want to experience. They don't wait for the future to arrive. They pull it into the present. Most people get stuck in what's called a time lag. They focus on the gap between where they are now and where they want to be. They think about what they don't have yet, which only reinforces that gap. The top 1%, however, focus on the version of themselves that already exists in the future. They act now as though that future is real, and because their energy matches that future, the universe responds by bringing it into their reality. This isn't just about thinking positively or imagining success. It's about living as if your future is already here. The top 1% embody their future selves in the present moment. They don't just dream of having more money, success, or freedom. They act, speak, and make decisions as if they already have those things. When they align with that future energy, time collapses, and their future becomes their present. Most people, on the other hand, live in a state of waiting. They wait for the right moment, the perfect opportunity, or some external sign that it's time to act. But waiting only keeps them stuck. The top 1% know there's no right time. The only time that matters is the time you create. To manifest faster, you must stop waiting and start living as if your desired reality is already here. The next key to bending time is understanding that action bridges the present and the future. The top 1% don't sit back and hope their dreams will come true. They take action. But here's the difference. They don't act out of fear or desperation. They take action from a place of certainty, knowing the future they want is already on its way. Every action you take carries the energy of your future reality, and this is what speeds up the process of making it real. The mistake most people make is acting out of fear or doubt. They try to force things to happen, but this only creates resistance. The top 1% act differently. They take aligned action that comes from a place of trust. They don't try to control every little detail because they know the universe is working in their favor. This trust allows them to move through life with ease, bending time and reality as they go. The last key to bending reality lies in understanding your connection to the universe. The top 1% know they aren't isolated individuals struggling through life. They are connected to a greater force, whether you call it the universe, infinite intelligence, or something else. This force is always working with you, but only if you align with it. The universe operates on principles, and when you align with these principles, reality starts working in your favor. This isn't mystical or magical, it's practical. The top 1% understand that the universe is constantly communicating with them, guiding them toward their highest potential. But to receive this guidance, you need to be open to it. Most people miss these signals because they're too caught up in their thoughts and worries. The top 1% have trained themselves to listen. They're attuned to the universe's signals, always in the right place at the right time. The universe doesn't speak with words. It communicates through synchronicities, patterns, and intuitive feelings. The top 1% pay close attention to these signs. They don't brush off their intuition or dismiss coincidences as random. They recognize them as the universe's way of leading them toward their desired reality. By being fully present and aware, they experience a flow and ease in life that most people never know. When you align with the universe's principles, you stop fighting against reality. Instead, you start co-creating with it. This is the ultimate truth of advanced knowledge. You are not separate from the universe. You are part of it. When you align your energy, beliefs, and identity with the natural flow of the universe, reality reshapes itself effortlessly. You don't force it. It happens because you're in sync with it. Here's the most powerful insight. You're not here to fight reality. You're here to flow with it. The top 1% know that trying to force outcomes only creates resistance. The harder you try to control everything, the further away your goals move. True mastery comes when you let go of the need to control and start co-creating with with the infinite intelligence that governs everything. The universe isn't a distant force you need to manipulate or persuade. It works through you, responding to your energy. But here's the important part. The universe doesn't respond to what you wish for. It responds to who you are. This is where most people go wrong. They think that wishing, setting goals, or visualizing their dreams will make them happen. But the universe doesn't work on wishes. It works on alignment. Alignment means that your thoughts, emotions, and actions are fully in sync with the reality you want to create. This is what the top 1% excel at. They don't just think about success. They feel it, live it, and act from that space every day. They embody their desires instead of just thinking about them. And this is the key. When your inner world is aligned, your outer world has no choice but to follow. The universe is like a mirror. It reflects back the energy you send out. If you project fear, doubt, or frustration, that's what you'll see in your life. But if you radiate confidence, trust, and abundance, those experiences will naturally come into your reality. Let's take this a step further. Co-creation isn't just about aligning your thoughts and emotions. It's about taking action that flows with the energy of the universe. The top 1% don't sit back and wait for things to happen. They act. But their actions aren't driven by fear or desperation. They act with trust and confidence, knowing that every step they take is supported by the universe. They understand that every move they make is part of a bigger, divine plan. The mistake most people make is trying to force things to happen on their timeline. They become impatient and frustrated, pushing against the natural flow of life. But the universe works on its own timing, and trying to rush it only creates resistance. The top 1% know that timing is everything. They have a deep trust in the process, knowing when to act and when to wait. They understand that when they are in alignment, the universe will bring them exactly what they need at the perfect time. This leads to one of the most misunderstood concepts: surrender. Surrender doesn't mean giving up or being passive. It means letting go of the need to control every detail and trusting that the universe is working with you. The top 1% have mastered this. They know when to step back and allow the universe to do its part. Most people think surrender is weak, but it's actually a sign of great strength. When you surrender, you're saying, "I trust the process. I trust that the universe is guiding me, even if I don't see the path clearly right now." This deep level of trust is something only a few people have truly mastered. The top 1% let go of their attachment to specific outcomes and trust that whatever happens is ultimately for their highest good. This is where the magic begins. When you stop trying to control everything and align with the universe's flow, you open yourself to possibilities beyond anything you could imagine. The universe has a bigger plan for you than you might have for yourself, but you'll never see it if you're too focused on forcing your own agenda. This brings us to the final and most important principle: gratitude and presence. The top 1% understand that focusing on what you already have attracts more of what you desire. Gratitude isn't just a feeling, it's a powerful energy that signals to the universe you're ready to receive more. The top 1% live in a constant state of gratitude, not just for the big things, but for the small things too. They know that appreciating what you already have tells the universe you're open to receiving more blessings. But here's the twist. Gratitude isn't just about being thankful for what's already in your life. It's about being grateful for what's on its way. The top 1% practice what's called anticipatory gratitude. They don't just say, "Thank you for what I have." They say, "Thank you for what's coming." They live as though their future blessings are already on the way, creating a powerful cycle of abundance. The top 1% live in a state of excitement and appreciation, constantly grateful for the blessings already on their way, even before they arrive. This mindset brings us to the concept of presence. The top 1% have mastered being fully present in the moment. They don't waste energy worrying about the future or dwelling on the past. They understand that creation only happens in the present moment. The more present you are, the more power you have to shape your reality. When your mind is scattered, thinking about past mistakes or future worries, you lose energy. But when you focus completely on the present, you unlock your greatest creative potential. Being present doesn't mean ignoring the future. It means understanding that the future is being shaped right now, in this very moment. The top 1% live in the now, knowing that every thought, feeling, and action in the present moment is actively creating what's to come. They don't wait for the future to happen to them. They create it moment by moment using their thoughts, energy, and actions as their tools. Let's bring it all together. The 33rd degree knowledge isn't about forcing reality to bend to your will. It's about aligning yourself with the natural flow of the universe and co-creating with it. It's about mastering your thoughts, emotions, and energy so that you're always in harmony with the reality you want to create. It's about trusting the timing of the universe, knowing when to act and when to surrender. Most importantly, it's about living in gratitude and presence, trusting that the universe is always working in your favor. Reality isn't something that happens to you, it's something you create. The top 1% understand this, and they live by it. And now, so can you. When you fully grasp this concept and start applying it to your life, reality will no longer feel beyond your control. You'll realize it's always been within your reach, waiting for you to take charge. Once you understand that shaping reality is possible, the question changes from, is it possible, to, how far can I take this? The top 1% don't waste time doubting their ability to shape their world. They focus on refining and expanding that ability every day. The more you practice these principles, the more you'll see that the limits you once believed in were never real. They were just comfortable boundaries you accepted. As you adopt this new mindset, those boundaries will disappear. The key principle the top 1% live by is this: reality is elastic. It stretches, bends, and reshapes itself in response to your energy. But here's the thing, it doesn't happen overnight. This is where many people stumble. They want instant results, and when they don't see them, they go back to their old ways of thinking, reinforcing the very limits they were trying to escape. The top 1% know that bending reality takes consistency and persistence. It's not about a single big breakthrough. It's about small, daily shifts that build over time. Discipline is crucial. The ability to consistently focus your thoughts, emotions, and energy on your desired reality, even when the external world doesn't seem to change yet, is what separates those who master their reality from those who stay stuck in it. The top 1% don't let temporary setbacks derail their long-term vision. They understand that external reality often lags behind internal changes. They stay patient, knowing that what they create inside will eventually reflect in the world around them. Just because you don't see results right away doesn't mean change isn't happening. The universe is always working behind the scenes, rearranging itself to reflect your inner state. However, there's often a delay, what's known as a time lag. Let's think about it like planting a seed. When you plant a seed, you don't expect a full-grown tree to appear the next day. You water it, nurture it, and give it time. Eventually, the seed breaks through the soil and grows into something magnificent. The same principle applies to bending reality. Your thoughts, beliefs, and identity are the seeds you plant. The actions you take are the water and sunlight that help those seeds grow. But, like with any seed, you need patience and trust. Even if you can't see progress right away, growth is happening beneath the surface. This doesn't mean you should sit back and do nothing while waiting for reality to shift. The top 1% are always taking aligned action, actions that match the reality they're creating. Here's the key difference. They don't act from a place of fear or lack. They're not desperate to force things to happen. Instead, they act with certainty, fully believing that the reality they want is already on its way. This certainty gives them the confidence and ease to move through life without feeling the need to push or force anything. They trust that the universe is working with them, not against them. This brings us to another important concept: detachment. The top 1% have mastered the art of detachment. This doesn't mean they don't care about their goals. It means they're not fixated on how or when their goals will manifest. They trust that the universe will deliver what they desire in its own perfect way, often in ways they couldn't have predicted. Detachment allows them to stay open to unexpected opportunities and solutions. When you're too focused on controlling every detail, you might miss these chances. Detachment frees you from that tunnel vision. When you're detached, you're not constantly checking if your reality has changed yet. You're not obsessing over whether the results have shown up. Instead, you're living as if the results are already here. Here's the paradox. The more detached you are from needing a specific outcome, the faster that outcome tends to manifest. Why? Because detachment removes resistance. When you're attached, you're constantly giving off the energy of, "It's not here yet," which only creates more of that same experience. But when you're detached, you emit the energy of, "It's already done," and the universe reflects that back to you. Detachment also helps you stay flexible. The top 1% understand that the universe often has a better plan than they could imagine. They set their intentions and take aligned actions, but they stay open to how those intentions unfold. They don't insist on a specific path or outcome. Instead, they trust the universe's wisdom, knowing that it operates on a level far beyond what the human mind can comprehend. Instead of micromanaging every step, they let go and trust in the bigger picture. Let's take a moment to consider the bigger picture. The 33rd degree knowledge reveals that reality isn't just a personal experience. It's part of a vast, interconnected system. The top 1% understand that their desires and actions don't exist in isolation. Everything is connected, creating a ripple effect that extends far beyond what you can see. When you align yourself with the universe, you're not just shaping reality for yourself, you're influencing the collective energy field. This is why the top 1% often find themselves in roles of leadership and influence. By learning to work with these larger forces, they naturally rise to positions where they can impact not just their own lives, but also the lives of others. This understanding leads to an important realization. Service amplifies your power. The top 1% know that aligning their desires with the greater good enhances their ability to bend reality. This isn't about self-sacrifice. It's about understanding that when your actions help others, you tap into a much greater flow of universal energy. The universe supports those who uplift the collective. The more you contribute to the betterment of others, the more opportunities the universe creates for you. But let's be clear. This isn't about martyrdom or neglecting your own needs. The top 1% operate from a mindset of abundance, not lack. They understand that there's more than enough for everyone, and that by lifting others up, they create more abundance for all, including themselves. This is why the top 1% often have a vision that extends beyond their personal success. They're driven by a desire to contribute to something larger than themselves. This alignment with a greater purpose is the source of their true power. When your vision serves the collective, you tap into an expansive energy field. You're no longer just bending reality for yourself. You're co-creating with the universe on a grand scale. And here's the final piece. Trust in your own evolution. The top 1% know they are constantly evolving. They don't cling to old identities, outdated beliefs, or familiar ways of doing things. They embrace growth, expansion, and stepping into new versions of themselves. This is why the top 1% often have a vision that extends beyond their personal success. They're driven by a desire to contribute to something larger than themselves. This alignment with a greater purpose is the source of their true power. When your vision serves the collective, you tap into an expansive energy field. You're no longer just bending reality for yourself. You're co-creating with the universe on a grand scale. And here's the final piece. Trust in your own evolution. The top 1% know they are constantly evolving. They don't cling to old identities, outdated beliefs, or familiar ways of doing things. They embrace growth, expansion, and stepping into new versions of themselves. This openness to evolution keeps them ahead of the curve. They don't get stuck in comfort zones or rest on past achievements. Instead, they continuously ask, "What's next? What's the next level of mastery I can achieve? What's the next version of myself I can become?" This commitment to constant evolution allows them to stay aligned with the flow of the universe. It's the key to bending reality in more powerful ways as they grow. As you move forward, remember this. Bending reality isn't a one-time achievement. It's an ongoing process. It requires you to refine your thoughts, beliefs, identity, and energy constantly. It asks you to stay open, flexible, and aligned with the universe's flow. But here's the reward. Once you've mastered these principles and truly integrated the 33rd degree knowledge, you'll realize that reality isn't something that happens to you. It's something you create. With every thought, every action, and every breath, you shape your world. The top 1% live this truth every single day, and now, so can you. If this message resonates with you, and you want to continue this journey of self-mastery, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Join us for more